Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this. Bound into comics. William Shatner blasts recent Star Trek TV series, says creator Gene Roddenberry would be turning his grave at some of this stuff. Like I said in my video from yesterday, just shove a goddamn fucking copper wire up in his ball and you have infinite energy. Because quite frankly, I don't think I recognize this as a Star Trek anymore. It just makes no sense whatsoever, the stuff that they are pumping out. Even the Orville, which is a parody of Star Trek, is more Star Trek than Star Trek. He's right, you know? Let's go. According to the Star Trek icon, William Shatner, the recent stated slate of Star Trek offerings produced by Paramount are so abysmal that not only do they strongly pale in comparison to the original series, but also feature some stories and direction that would have original franchise creator Gene Roddenberry turning his grave. Applying title Shatner on Shatner. Moving on. The actor eventually broached to the topic of Star Trek after a fan playfully asked if he had a message for fans of Star Wars, whose favorite franchise has been presented as a diametric rival to his own. Fuck Star Wars, but not Mark Hamill. The reply: we love Mark Hamill. Right, I'm trying to replicate Shatnerism, and if you haven't noticed, I actually failed spectacularly on it. That's how I roll! Anyway, having been led to the subject of Star Trek, Shatner was then asked if he thought any of the franchise's recent television endeavors, such as Discovery, STD, Picard, or in this case, the eunuch Picard, because we all know his balls got cut off and it's in somebody else's purse. And Strange New Worlds, which feels more like a bit more Star Trek, but still not Star Trek, held a candle to his own, to which he declared, none of them. He got to know Gene Roddenberry in 3 years fairly well. He'll be turning in his grave at some of this stuff. Though related to his thoughts, Star Trek Shatner. Okay. Yeah, I'm not mentioning that one. Well, suffice to say that he is absolutely right. What we are seeing here is not Star Trek. It's not what I fell in love with. It's not something that I like. I'm currently like Star Wars, feeling embarrassed to actually even having been my name related to it, or ever having been a fan of it. Because most of my friends in the real world know I love Star Trek. I used to talk a lot about it. And then, suddenly, without this goddamn fucking garbage that's coming out, if they come up to me and say, hey, are you a fan of Star Trek? And I say, maybe. I'll completely try to change the subject later on, because what else I am seeing here, this is not Star Trek. What I'm seeing here is a bastardization of what was Star Trek, kind of like what we're seeing on the Amazon discount Game of Thrones. You know, the one that looks like Game of Thrones, try to sell itself as a Game of Thrones, has a story as generic as Game of Thrones, well, more generic than Game of Thrones, and has some mention about rings and lords and things like that. Yeah, that one. They are destroying the same way they destroyed that, and Star Wars, and Dungeons and Dragons, and the comic books too. And cartoons. Looking at you, Masters of the Universe, as mentioned over here. I completely forgot about the existence of that goddamn fucking retarded cartoon. Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, that one is another one that got destroyed. Resident Evil. Oh, this one is going to be bad. Today I'm looking forward to see how bad Resident Evil is. I'm going to give it a go on Netflix. The Resident Evil from Netflix, and see how bad it is. It's going to be terrible, isn't it? Based on the reviews, I feel like my neurons are about to die. I feel like some of them are already prepared themselves for an early death. I feel like I'm gonna say bye-bye to some neurons. Ooh. I think one already just jumped out of a cliff, just with the mere thought of having watched that garbage. Okay, I'm more retarded now. On our goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night. Or someone who is slightly more retarded now.